How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout. I am your host, FaZe Crypto, and today we will be discussing Bitcoin. We'll be talking about all the different news that we're witnessing happening in the cryptocurrency scene right now. Of course, we're looking at a $9,800 Bitcoin at the current time of recording this video, and I would really just like to take this opportunity to discuss how the market is heavily manipulated, and we've seen this sort of price action before where it continuously tests these very similar resistance levels, and I think that the psychological barrier of 10,000 is really going to be the limit of what we expect to see in terms of anything coming close to a bull run when it comes to Bitcoin. And I think right now it's more important to talk about the different things that we could take away from crypto, the different opportunities and ways to benefit that I think long term are shooing to sort of have a good potential. And this is why Cardano is a good jumping off point to discuss on this. And of course, I'd always encourage everybody out there who's watching, who enjoys this content, make sure that you comment down below and let us know the different projects that you see as having potential long term, because I'm sure that there's 2 or 3 more of them that I don't usually make content on that I am personally interested in myself, but Cardano comes to mind, and I think it's important to talk about the future of blockchain. I have an article right here that I really want to talk about. Cardano is like an iceberg. We will soon have a huge impact. Charles Hodgkinson. So the CEO of Cardano has recently reached the community members to get them prepared for something big that is coming to the market soon, which many don't know yet, as pre-planned and now the much anticipated publicized Cardano network update. Of course, we're going to be seeing coming up very shortly, and a lot of different things happening in the ecosystem. And Charles Hodgkinson says Cardano ADA will soon have a huge impact. And of course, he wrote, the best part of my day is when I have a chance to chat with my product managers about our progress, new ideas, what's coming to the market soon. And I think that it is interesting. I think that, he has been teasing this sort of, Cardano having this big sort of setting waves in the crypto space. But I think that it's important to look at a project like Cardano. In particular, I have this article right here. The next Bitcoin crash might be unprecedented. So BTC came into existence after the financial crisis of 2008 with noble objective to reduce dependence on, of course, banks and, where the this sort of little story you already know, but I think that it's important. The sentiment that this article gives off, the early supporters of Bitcoin were those who truly believed in what it stood for. They did not care about the price of Bitcoin. They cared about the fact that it solved the double spending problem with the financial reserve, of course, and the 21 million in circulation of Bitcoin, limited supply and all that. But what I wanted to really highlight here is this is a noble cause, but it was also new technology which attracted a kind of people that wanted to profit off its novelty. Blockchain, blockchain that. Soon we saw, of course, of blockchain projects come to surface with thousands of new coins flooding the market. And I think that blockchain really is the key thing to take away from the crypto space. And I think that when we're looking at Bitcoin, even the 2008 technology is relatively outdated. What else from 2008 has really survived? We don't see MySpace anymore. Facebook has gone down the tubes. The fact of the matter is that, I do, in fact, want to just put it out there for people who are such hard, staunch Bitcoin advocates that, I am, disclaimer, avid supporter of an interest in this sort of Bitcoin and all these other things and the like. Just putting it out there. Just trying to wake people up to the nature of technology. We see that vast changes can happen overnight, and I just want people to be prepared. And of course I think that Cardano would be more along the lines of what a future of the crypto space could it could be inherited by Cardano. Cardano, and I'm not talking about a 1 year, a 2 month time frame. I'm talking about a long, the 10-year time frame here or so, even less, where we would see a complete and total, the pendulum swing, shifts in another direction. And of course, while we've seen Bitcoin, of course, was the introduction of digital gold, and of course, it's more or less an outdated technology that gets grandfathered into the #1 position because of its name recognition, but that only is worth so much, and it's not going to last time, according to my analysis. Now, and of course, Ethereum being, building upon that with smart contracts, and then we look towards the future to see something, if not Cardano, but something similar to it, with scientific validation, of course, and all these other things, that would be important from a technical aspect. And if, of course, like I said, I'm not knocking Bitcoin. I'm still, what you might call a Bitcoiner. If you guys want, definitely check out the technical analysis videos that we do during the live stream so that you guys can get that technical analysis. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure that you guys are, staying up to date. And of course, remember, I'm not your dad. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm only here telling you guys my opinion on this stuff. And I just want you guys to be ready because, it is a very high risk, very volatile space. And there's really no telling exactly what's going to happen in the near to present future. But I know a lot of people out there are very bullish when it comes to the halving. They're, of course, caught up in the frenzy. A lot of the news headlines now have been pumping Bitcoin nonstop, overdrive, overtime. And whatever. I guess it's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But I just wanted to be the voice of reason, sort of out here, as much as physically possible, and telling people that nothing's guaranteed, when it comes to the cryptocurrency world. And usually, when you expect something to happen, much likely, more likely, unless it would be to expect the opposite. Almost like what Warren Buffett said, when other people are greedy, it's time to be fearful. And when other people are fearful, it's time to be greedy. And I personally think that the time to buy Bitcoin was when it was around $3,000, unless, you were able to accumulate your Bitcoin multiple years ago, back before it was 1,000. But not everybody was so lucky. Not everybody was in the know. And it's not something to be ashamed of. It's more or less something to do your research now, rather than getting you'll basically get run over. But that's it doesn't necessarily matter. That's just my opinion. Nobody even gives a crap about it. Hell, I think that the potential is good still. Of course, this article right here: will the current Bitcoin bull cycle run for another 600 days? Of course, having markets, first phase of Bitcoin bull cycle, the Tradeville user used the previous bull and bear cycle for Bitcoin and markets. Of course, interesting article here. Definitely would recommend checking it out. But I just wanted to say, I'm setting myself up so that I can benefit whichever way it goes. I would say plan for the worst and expect for the best. Expect for the worst and plan for the best, whichever one you're, glass half full, glass empty kind of person. But I'd like to hear what you guys have to say in the comments down below. So make sure that you guys comment. Let us know what you guys think. Always interested in hearing the opinions of the viewers of this channel. And of course, make sure that you guys comment down below, letting us know the country that you guys are watching from. Always interested in seeing that stuff. Had people from Canada, Belgium, you name it. But anyway, if you guys are interested in connecting with us, on of course on Twitter, you can get us on crypto, clout, or any really one of our you could, you'll find it. You just look it up, you'll find it. You get our Twitter, and of course make sure that you guys are sending us your opinions and the different news articles. I love to see it. But yeah, all that being said, I think this has been a pretty good video. You heard my little rant there. Send this to a friend if you think that this video was of any value. Always interesting to hear what the perspectives are of the viewer. Yeah, all that being said, Hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. My name is FaZe Crypto, and make sure that you guys stay relevant. Of course, top performers at the time I'm making this video. We've got Ion, Lisk, definitely interesting, Bitcoin Cash, and we will see long term. I think this video will go down in internet history. People will probably listen to this stuff 10 years from now, and just the same way that they go through the archives of people who were talking about cryptocurrency 10 years ago. And it's interesting.